The girl. Let her go. Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her. What's with the film effect? Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Merry Christmas. Wait, who fell? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Is he in a hospital? Fugitive data. Terry Falls? After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Alright, totally Jill Valentine. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Six years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. He looks like he's next to an IV drip. What's going on with Phoenix? Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek. 1103. Dello. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this didn't go well for Mia, her first case. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Eek, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Ugh. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Ugh. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Eek, I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. No, he meant that she's the reason I escaped because she orchestrated it. Not that's why he escaped. But he's not going to say it because we didn't ask. Ha. No. No. Does he already drink coffee? You're not going to figure out the truth by staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Ha, the old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? Armando, aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. You thought it was Godot, but no, it's me, Diego. Godot? I guess. Go die! Armando. Okay. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. No, you've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. An escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Ha, relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, is it Chadworth? He's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's why my client ran away. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Damn. It's got nothing to do with you channeling spirits or some shit to confirm it? No? You're just going off on your intuition? Alright. He's here! Court is now in session, eh? For the trial at Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution. Oh, damn! Damn! Slightly younger Chadworth. Oh man, his hair hasn't gone gray yet. Looking pretty good. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Oh, I understand lawyers for both sides are newcomers, eh? Yeah, Your Honor, I'm Mia Fey. Miles Chadworth, Your Honor. Oh, so you're the new hosers everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. Only had your first Timbit last week. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? God damn, he's fucking hot. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Chadworth, let's hear your opening statement then. Yes, Your Honor, it was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. I can't wait for Canadian voice and Yusuke voice and smooth cowboy coffee drinker voice to merge into one fucked up amalgamation throughout this whole fucking trial. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Ooh, he was angry. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Like whenever the Blue Jays play. Correct. In the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Isn't that the Von Karma pose? Oh, back when he was impressionable from Von Karma. Nice symbolism, I like it. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Oh shit, I thought she shot him and he fell. What you don't understand is that he was actually the abductee there. She had the knife. I'll kill him. I'll kill him. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. I'm fucking coggers, I am. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, he did. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him, and who's gonna get through the playoffs. Huh. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. No, I don't have to, I do. This is a slam dunk. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Oh, it's Von Karma fucking, like, scowl, too. God damn. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Chadworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Young Gumshoe. Oh, Young Gumshoe, he's not pickled yet. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Oh, now there's another voice. Now we just need fucking young Lotta Hart to show. Yep, I was walking around. That was back when I was a nature photographer. I was walking through the park when I snapped some photos of them on the fucking bridge. Snap a snap. Here I am, Lotta Hart, witness. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, not you. The guy next to you. No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. That's becoming the old voice judge. I don't know if I can keep up. Canadian judge. 5 yards. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. I mean, I'm fucking really old. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was Oh, this is... They met at the same bridge that this went down. Okay, huh. They still haven't fixed the bridge? Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Chadworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Did his hands get bigger after this? Why, Mr. Chadworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Keep it up and I'm gonna make you roll up the rim. Out of here I am. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. Ha, you got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. Damn. It's okay, Mia, stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night last night watching. Summary of the incident. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. Victim's note added to the court record. Confidential police materials written by the victim. 1:21 p.m. Falls. That bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia? Was there a Dahlia before? I kind of feel like there was a Dahlia before. Maybe that 14-year-old girl finally crawled out of the river just as they did this meeting and then came up and stabbed her in the back. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's the detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. It's fucking just the cutest face. Humph. Ha. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Who's hotter, chat? Armando or Chadworth? Oh man, that's gonna be a tough one for chat. Oh man, I feel like people are really thirsty for Armando. Oh, Armando's taking it. Armando's taking it. Wow. Holy shit. Wow. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. I feel like we pull hotness of guys way more than girls. The body of the victim discovered right away. Armando by a landslide. Wow. Easy pull, easy life for Armando. GG. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What, you mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Like, maybe they're alright. Is this guy sure? A good guy though, right? Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? Nah, he's Canadian. We're very indecisive. This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. The only thing we're decisive about is how much deli meat you can order when you're at the deli aisle. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. Alright, was the knife already in the trunk? Was it pointed upwards? Did he just throw her in the trunk quickly so no one would see her when they were driving? And when they opened it, it was like, oh shit, there was a knife in there. We didn't know. Oh man. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? It's coming like a little Irish. I'm sorry. Detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. Fucking stuck up the tailpipe and you stopped there, you should have looked for it. Arrgh. Sigh, it must have just blown off or something. I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Ah. Where did you find that, sir? In my ass, on Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. Yes, your personal satchel. Alright, sure. It's not exactly white as the caller requested. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Here's your updated scarf report. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Miss Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Arg, everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget it, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. It is really hard to keep switching all the voices. Oh my god. A genius, huh? Fucking hell. Events on Dusky Bridge. Alright, Pickle Nagito voice. Here we go. Look at this photo. You really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It's a fake bridge. He still has the stripes on and everything, and... Huh. Mr. Chadworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's true, yeah. He really is Canadian. Remember what I said like during the Eternal streams? Whenever like I feel like I want to criticize something, I'm gonna say I'm not sure how I feel about that. Seems to have been taken by the witness. Why do you keep asking about the witness? Just enjoy the photograph. What the fuck are you keep pressing us to bring the witness on the stand for? Fuck it. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. Well, we need to press that. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. Huh. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? They're building a new stadium downtown, by the way. It's gonna really bring in some new jobs for the city. Probably some new court cases, too. Can't wait. With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Yeah! Why would they meet on the bridge? Okay, so that looks like she went on the bridge first, right? He's still in chains. How the fuck did he do this? That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was before... It's just doing the jokes for me now. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Whoa! Hey, same to you, buddy. Himbo to bimbo. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. Huh. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. Huh, that's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. Alright, if there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Sigh. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well then. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Chadworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Is it the girl? Let us proceed with the testimony. Mr. Chadworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Oh, fuck! That's the name! Huh, oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? It makes me think the Maple Laughs can finally win the Stanley Cup. You look as scrumptious as a double-double. Yes! You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Oh! Now then, will you please have your name and occupation? My name is Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. Alright, where is this going? Like, if she's coming back now, does that mean she comes back again later? Like, this feels like setup for something else. I like this. This is good. Alright then, Miss Faye. Time for your cross-examination, eh? But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
Make a girl cry? That's not gonna fly. Make a girl smile? You pass the trial.
Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I would peep, but not eavesdrop. I'll watch people have sex, but I won't listen to it. I've got more class than that. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Damn, ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. So I took a photo. Smells like a lie to me. Actually, I took more photos, but Chadworth only wanted one. But I'm not going to tell you that until you ask. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So you want to be a comedian, huh? No, this is the bearing on this. Hey, Canada sends all its best comedians down the States. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? Or all I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Dough! Canadians don't say dough. This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? Oh, is this what's called a selfie? It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. What? Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? She said she started taking pictures after the fighting, though. Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident you took with your very own eyes. Damn. Poetry, Chadworth. Mr. Chadworth, you're quite the... I made this. I made this. I made this. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions. It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. Look at this graph. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5 because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. She's another Trudeau. Just...
Objection! I'm about to end this man's whole career.
There's one major mistake in this diagram. What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So what you're saying is that this diagram is out of date. I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. Whoa! You actually can't... But you went there, Chadworth! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. You went there! You went on... Gumshoe, you went to the bridge! Ah, that guy is good. Huh, what do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. This is a genius! This is... Well, Miss Faye, it seems like you once again made a reckless accusation. I mean, I could ask 2 people in the courtroom right now, hey, what was the condition of the bridge? Maybe even the witness herself if we wanted to get crazy, but, you know, no, we're not gonna. Running from the crime. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Or, actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. Leading the witness! Leading the witness! Yo, she almost contradicted leading the witness. If you don't mind, I was asking... Yeah, tell him, Mia. Tell him, Mia, tell him. No need to be so rude. No, you're breaking fucking court protocol. Judge. What the fuck? Well, young lady. Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. I would love to see an actual, like, real-life lawyer stream this game. That would be really fun for me. As long as he or she got, like, absolutely fucking angry at everything that they got wrong, that would be very entertaining. They have to be invested. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. No, that's what we're questioning, Chadworth. Whoa. Fucking young Chadworth can go fuck off with young Sheldon. Seriously, that kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did you get so emotional all of a sudden? You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why'd you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there, and then don't cross the bridge. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? Why don't we go ask them if the bridge was broken? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting that she witnessed with her own eyes. Yes, it's such an isolated place that it's popular. It's popular for its isolation. Lots of people there go there to enjoy the isolation. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent, you're a remarkably honest young woman, apart from every single testimony before this. Okay, killer not wanting the victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Choworth pointed out something interesting about the river. I think sometimes I'm too hard on these games for them not accepting multiple paths for getting there. I guess, like, if they had more text-based options right at the end, like right after you present evidence, that they could like use those to segue into the answer that they have like the artwork ready for. But like it's a lot of work to present multiple things that you can present. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. No, I was found. Aha! Guilty. If 10 murders were to occur in that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. And just because there's water in the diagram now doesn't mean there was water at the time that it took place. Maybe the river was dry that day. You don't know. You weren't there. It hasn't been updated. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Whoa, who's he talking about? Alright. I'll do my best. Poor Mia had a much rougher first trial than fucking Phoenix did. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Yeah, but we don't know if this cliff was here on the time that this took place. Like, maybe there was an earthquake here after, like, since then, and there's a tectonic plate right here. A fault line, and that kind of lifted up more of this cliff, and she could have seen it at the day. Like, we don't know, you know, like, it could be, like, you have no idea. Von Karmas do have the power of earthquakes, right? Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Ah, that's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not possibly see the killer's car. Ah! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, and you still claim to have been able to see the killer's car. Maybe it just dips down really suddenly. No. Order in the court. What is the meaning of this ballyhoo? Ballyhoo? What's ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. Yeah, okay. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. No! Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Of course she can. Why not? Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Except for me. Yes, indeed. Quite true. Oh, you know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. And a triple is too far. You stop at double. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. It's kind of BS. Kind of par for the course, though. Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember, life isn't fair. Life is unfair. The other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, How did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fey explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was she happened to be passing by. She put the corpse in herself. She is the owner of the car. There's no way that she put the corpse in herself. She happened to be passing by is just bullshit. She's the owner of the car. Okay, it's gotta be that, right? We know more information than we're letting on, because Dahlia told her this time the whole truth must come out. Right? It's her car and she knew about it before. None of these are good. Oh, none of these are good. There's no way she put the corpse in. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No. Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. Can you bring up the fact that she's like, what, like 90 pounds? Like there's no way. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The power of anime. The corpse. She used her umbrella as leverage. Ugh, the corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. The camera has a timer. There's your chance, Mia. Timer. Finish this thing. Has a timer. Let's take a look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fey? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Would the defense please explain further? So when he was driving away, did he even know the body was in the trunk? Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? I mean, she could have been disguised herself as the victim, right? She could have been right here. I'm guessing she was over here. If it's not that, was she already dead in the trunk? No, he drove here. He drove here with the car, right? He stole the car. He came here, and then Valerie. Assuming this is Dahlia, I mean, I can't remember the name. So Valerie and Dahlia knew he was coming, and so they were both here. Dahlia has time to set up this, sets this up, and I don't know, fucking just Breath of the Wild climbs over here, down here, and like waits while they have their meeting, or has she already killed Valerie and is staging it, and then when he leaves, she's like, wahaha, and takes the stuff off, runs over, drags the body into the, becomes the Hulk, and pulls the body. Where is she? I don't know. Let's try the crazy theory first. Naturally, the witness is right here, but that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Oh, it's crazy, right? After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. I don't know why it's so funny, it just went boom. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne, it was you, Melissa Foster. Mimi, let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. My client is an idiot, but since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You were just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. Will it? Well, I hope you know what it is, Mia, because I don't. At the time of the incident, Miss Flawless has forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Mr. Flawless has forgotten the victim's... I'm sorry. Hold on. Whoa. Okay, so there's no way that Valerie could have been in the trunk when he stole the car. So he drives up with the car, backs it up, beep, 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 and then he's like, oh, okay, time to go meet on the bridge, and walks along on the bridge, right? And she just set this timer miraculously at the perfect time to get them together. I guess she could have waited, right? So he and then she's like, he went, all right, drag the body, and then she like puts it in the trunk that she breaks open as he's like, dum-ba-dum, and then she's like, all right, job well done, all right, time to put her clothes on, unless she brought like another coat, the same one, and then walks down here and is like, bum-ba-dum-bum-bum, oh, excuse me, I need to be on the other side of you, let me go, bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum, turns around, and then is like, camera slash, then they have a talk, and she's like, okay, I'm glad we had this meeting, and then he's like, bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum, and then he leaves, like, what happened here? Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No. Oh no. Oh, the delightful college girl witness just fainted. Well, I guess that's the end of it. I find the guy guilty. Fuck off. The end. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Oh no, she's fucking gone. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. I will go along with this. This court is in recess. Mr. Falls, I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. Going to tell you everything. That day, 5 years ago. I dream of it every day. Bridge looked the same, just like then, 5 years ago. Oh, does it? So it was broken. Okay, cool. Like it could fall apart any minute. But it didn't for 5 years. It's true, I did kidnap her 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay, the girl let her go. Wait, how old is he? Shut up, come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. I'm gonna kill her. 25? A 20-year-old and a 14-year-old? Okay, guilty. Guilty. If it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend. My love. My teenage... Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one to me so proper. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. Alright, so if she's just like master manipulator and he's just a fucking idiot, like he does seem like kind of an idiot, that makes it a teensy little bit better. Not really a fan of the game going there, but it makes it a teensy little bit better. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich, jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send it to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him to make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer because she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million three ways, huh? Bang. I was shot in the arm. Dahlia, she jumped in river. Expert swimmer. Very good. Very strong. That's how she able to carry body. Jump. You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. Alright, so is this did Dahlia and Valerie both do this to get the money? Like, was the Dahlia you had just like a fucking like big doll and you didn't even realize it fucking falls? Like, how dumb are you? Like, why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. Did you also forget what Dahlia looked like? I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all. So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Kitten? Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone with Dahlia. Never found her. My sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel. Your teen angel. How old was she anyway? Just 14. 14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 million. Man, oh man, angels these days. I mean, okay, look, I don't have a problem with media like exploring like yikes shit. You know what I mean? Like, there are horrible people in the world like that exist, but like, it's Ace Attorney, man, and it already had the fucking problem before with pearls. Like, come on, man, oh man, angels these days. Do you guys think that having Mia go up against Chadworth of all people as her first case and making Chadworth and Mia equals kind of weakens her a bit? Like, she's been like this like monolithic figure in Phoenix's life, has been like the constant like pillar of like, look, you look up to her, but like you go up against her rival and you beat him handily in almost every single case. I feel like that weakens her a little bit and strengthens Phoenix a little bit. I'm not sure. Like, I thought Phoenix and Chadworth were like the counterparts, like equals, but it turns out that no, even his mentor had the same problem with him. Like, It's true, Miss Falls did give the instructions to Valerie Hawthorne about their meeting. The note that she left said, wear white scarf for identification. Yes, what about it? Isn't it obvious? Doesn't it strike you as odd? That note was a secret piece of evidence. How is it the witness knows about it? Didn't we say it in front of her? What? Maybe we didn't. Okay. Of course I didn't know about the note. It's just I saw it when it happened with my own eyes. When the victim went to see the killer, she used her own scarf to signal him. That's why I would assume that the signal was a white scarf. I suppose that makes sense. Come on, Mia, you can't let her weasel out of that easily. Out of it that easy. Witness, sorry, but your explanation isn't going to work here. But why? It's true. That's what I saw. Impossible. There's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal him. If it's because the scarf is blue, if we're finally pointing out that the scarf is blue, this one... Have a look at this. It's the victim's scarf. I'm sure people would disagree about what we call this color. However, it certainly is not white. You knew what the note said. She knew the contents of the note. No! It says, wear white scarf for identification. That's the reason why you said it was white. Well, Miss Foster? Meanwhile, in chat. No, it's white. It is white, though. It is... Joe, it's white. It's white, Joe. It's white. It's white, Joe. Joe, it's white. It's white. It's white. It's white. And Chadworth's hair is gray. Or Mr. Chadworth. I'm waiting for explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. Nothing about the brown scarf. Terry Falls is one. No one in chat was saying that. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne! I've never heard that name before! Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. Well, what's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Sigh. Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead. There is a ghost in this picture after all. Alright, that's pretty good. Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off the Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found, and as we know, if a corpse is never found, they're not dead. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. She could be alive. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Chadworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say? It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way, but then why? If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Surely, that's at least a shade of illegal. Surely. Come on, Judge. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Yo, what's up? But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see. Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, okay. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Sure. Her name is on the note, Chadworth. Accidental, I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of a victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. The red diamond. Oh, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. How many levels of perjury is this on? With I was out abroad and I don't have an identification and I don't know who I am. I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? Okay, cool. What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me. Damn. Turnabout. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. Have a sip of my coffee. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict. Objection. No, it was you. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Ha, what makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. Ah, I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me. Thank you, weird coffee guy. Thank you, Coffee Dad. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This isn't the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her since she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth, eh? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie, to keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Aw, damn, got him. Yeah, got him, eh? Very well, I grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Chadworth. Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination, even though she could be the murderer. Mr. Chadworth got the jump on me again. Ha. If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info, that ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. I mean, this guy at this point is probably the most veteran, like, defense attorney we've seen in the game, right? I guess Grossberg. Has there been anyone that's been more veteran than him? Is it? I'm starting to think that maybe there's more than coffee in these cups. to deal, like, he's just like taking all this horseshit in stride. He's like, every trial is like this, man. You gotta get used to it. He's like, yeah, it's bullshit, whatever. Like, there's more than coffee in these cups. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Chadworth, why do you think you wanted to make the exchange up there on the mountain? If you ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. Sure. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Falls is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's why Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. Instead of stabbing. I guess it could have been his knife arm was shot. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right... There we go. I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind. That was it. And then Valerie found me, and they let the police search the river for weeks and months, and my family poured resources into it while I was still alive, and just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill with my sister. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. Nothing to do with the $2 million diamond. Nothing at all. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked if the court recalled the condition of Dusky Bridge an hour and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you would have claimed... Oh yeah! Oh yeah, okay. Fuck, I didn't even notice that. I mean, I guess there's this one too. I guess push from behind, like, over the side, right? Isn't that what it looked like in the image too? Like, it looked like she was pushed over the side? But then, like, where would she be running to? Maybe she grabbed onto that? I don't know. That's a neat detail in the diagram for sure. I like that. You would have been smashed by the bedrock below, and most certain death. Like, he's a huge guy. He could easily just shove her right over over the sides, right? How tall are they? Honestly, he could probably shove her through those. The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. Ugh. I mean, I think we need to know more about this river. There's a river down in Moncton that has like one of the highest or the highest change in tides in the world. I think that might matter. Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What? What do you mean? It's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would fall into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Chadwick's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No! Let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. Yeah, but she didn't say that. She just said pushed. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Chadworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. I think he could still do it. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. Ugh. So Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible. Gah. Order. What's the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? What was that growl? But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what was it? What's so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. The fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. I'm a lawyer. It's gotta be the diamond. Now it's the diamond. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. Bang. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. This is one risky-ass plan. Why, that's simply ridiculous. I agree. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon, and there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? It's the hoarse voice. On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote it in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, a plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping were caught. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Okay, how is she getting out of this? To go and make a simp out of Phoenix? What the fuck? Was Diego the one that died? When she came in with the poison in the vial, and I guess that's how she gets away with it, because they have to like just throw the case out. After all, that's all it took? You amuse me, woman, Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14 I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister. Well, And then one more thing. What happens to the $2 million diamond if you can't provide evidence for it to at least show that? Huh. Well, Miss Faye, I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye, are you stupid or something? I mean, I think this is enough doubt to pursue a different investigation. Or how can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. I mean, just prove that she did this killing. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl's made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. Time for Diego to pull out some bullshit. Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that? Mr. Armando, come on now, kitten. Let's just make up some fucking evidence. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? This is kangaroo court, kitten. Do whatever the fuck you want. Make it a kitten's court. Just fucking bullshit. Just pull on your pants, take a shit on the courtroom. It's gonna be fine. There's your evidence. And the judge will be like, that's a good point. What do you say, prosecutor? Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls. No! Well, Mr. Chadworth, what is your take on this? See? Yeah, what do you think? Yeah. Huh, I guess so. Go ahead. Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand, eh? As you can see, my client is an idiot. There's no way he could have orchestrated this kidnapping. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Much alive, and you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other. Terry. Strong Terry. Dahlia. It's true. It's true, you are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. And then Phoenix becomes the new Falls. Wow. Eating glass like he's eating his fucking prison ball. But there's one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. I will let Mr. Falls testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Thank God. Witness, I'm sorry, I apologize. Go! Water, please, water. Can't talk, need water. Huh? Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. Okay, is he gonna fucking kill himself? Wait, what's about to happen here? At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. Wow. Oh, okay. Who Terry Falls saw. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she let... So it really was! Dun 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 dun. Let me pass you on this bridge. Hold on. Is this what how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence. There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining, already dark too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Wow, Mr. Falls, Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories. 30 minutes of, get the fucking thing open. Alright, time to take the body. Hope he's not looking. God damn. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. But someone else did. You were watching the car? That bridge, other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So, I was watching car. What else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting that feeling, a contradiction. I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge. Anyway, me too, actually. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it. No one gives a shit about that mountain. Don't even ask about it. Everyone hates it. That's why they never fix the bridge. It's just the worst mountain. That's what everyone reviews it after they come back. Anyway, nobody came. No car, nothing. I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her. Mr. Falls, even if you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess, and putting it for the judge. Okay, so I washed a car. I never put no body in that car. Okay, but that doesn't mean someone else didn't. No. Man, I feel like this is a really easy contradiction to like be like, well then how did she end up dead in the car if you didn't do it, Falls? Like something must be here, but it wants something very particular and I don't know what. Okay, I'm really not seeing any like slam dunk contradiction here that isn't like, it's not accepting it. So it must need something like I don't know, like something specific. No? Okay. Like I feel like there's so many contradictions here and it's not accepting any of them. I never put no body in my car. Okay, but that doesn't mean that Dahlia didn't put a body in the car. No. That doesn't mean that Melissa Foster didn't put the body in the car. No. Alright, I think it's this one. Let's just shotgun it. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? Okay. So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that? How is that it? You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? Yeah, but she could pass him. There's enough room on the bridge to pass. He had her at knife point before. She just could have passed him. It's dumb, but then how else did the body get in the trunk? Unless he's completely in on it, but then why would he go like be pleading to the defense attorney? Like he didn't know Dahlia was alive at that point. But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Then how did the body get in the trunk? I want to know how the body got in the trunk before I judge this. I want to know how the body got in the trunk. In the trunk. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go, a special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. We brought a memento. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento. 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of a tree there. It's a special memory for me. Okay, cool. And then Phoenix ate it. This is it. This is what I went to get. This little bottle on your necklace is a memento, eh? It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Urgh. Without much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. Nah, it's not worth it. No. Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've got a chance, Mr. Falls. There's no mistaking it. Huh, Mr. Falls? Whoa, what the fuck? That's enough, please. Witness! I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. Urgh. No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid, couldn't keep promise, so I did it. I drank this. Okay, did he just try to stop the trial so his client wouldn't be declared guilty instead of trying to stop the trial to save him? Or like a recess, not an ambulance? Huh. No, we are close, just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence. No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Falls. Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Ah! Merry Christmas. Mr. Falls, he just fell. Shit. And so my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. Ah, okay. A true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne. She left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. But at least my client got declared not guilty. Confetti court! Confetti court! Unforgivable, that witch. Mr. Armando, we were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Fox killed himself. Mr. Falls Fox. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. This is what being a defense lawyer in kangaroo court does to a man. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Meanwhile, Mia has shards of coffee cup all in her face. 1 year later, in this very same courthouse. Is that an IV bag or something else? Like, what is this? I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. But she miraculously disappeared before she could be found guilty. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was... guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect, angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. I finally shat out the glass. A brand new episode has been added. Bridge to the Turnabout. Okay. So we have Phoenix. And is that the only Chadworth that we get in this game? What the fuck? Ring, ring. Who could that be at that time of night? Yes. Chadworth speaking. It's Chadworth! Edgy, get up. It's an emergency. Huh? Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry. It's Larice. Larice and Axum. This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over it. Wait a minute! Those are thoughts! Is that an attorney's badge? Yes, this belongs to Wright. Really? It doesn't have his name on it though, so now that I have it, I'm an attorney. That's how it works. And if you get a gavel, you're a judge. That's why he never lets go of it. I'm actually a prosecutor. Oh, then why do you have a defense attorney's badge pinned on your label? That's actually how he became the judge. He just walked in and he just took it. It's like that movie, The Santa Claus. Whoever has the gavel is the judge. I'm a judge now. Never gonna let it go. Here we go. Okay. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Lightning again? Another bolt of lightning. More lightning. What about the lightning report? We all know about lightning reports. Remember lightning reports in the university? Well, it turns out that they don't extend this far, so we don't know if there was actually lightning around here or not. There's no stats of whether there actually was lightning, but we know if there was lightning in the city. Oh, I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that lightning struck. What the fuck is... Again? Whoa, okay. No. No. What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt lightning? Even Shower thinks this is a shitty system. I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. To be continued. Oh, we're done! God damn.